I'm guessing this is probably Lake Waco right here. See Waco right there. And one thing I want to remember as we're driving through Waco, and I don't know how close they are from, to Waco, the Double E Ranch. Yeah, that's where the Branch Davidians were slaughtered by the government for, well, it was a bad thing. It was a bad thing, They were, I kind of take sides with David Koresh. I'm not die-hard about it, I don't think anyone in this world is perfect, but I think what they did was a little extreme. It's kind of the little mini Vietnam that happened in Waco, and there many kids were killed, and it's just a big mess, I do feel for the ATF agents that lost their life, as well as for, the whole aspect of fighting. They both had guns. They're both wrong, A lot of people will take the side, of course, of the ATF, and a lot of people will take the side of the Branch Davidians. But I'm going to have to take the side of Koresh on that one, I mean, come on. They could have avoided it. I heard he was a jogger. They could have got him jogging. Oh, come on. I mean, the fine is only a few $100s for having automatic weapons, especially if you have them registered, which he probably didn't. He was doing things wrong, but he was selling assault rifles, and the wrong way, but it wasn't worth killing everybody over. They could have just turned the other cheek. It's open carry anyway. People do it everywhere. They have the right to go to gun shows and sell what they want. But they slaughtered the Branch Davidians not far from where I'm at. I just wanted to put them in my hearts and my prayers, the families that were affected by the Waco incident, and by the ATF and the FBI that had the famous Showtime call, which is what they called it, Showtime, and did exactly what they shouldn't have done. They did the same thing to many others, but anyway, there was a guy that was an extremist that followed him, that made a bad decision with the Oklahoma bombing, which I don't support that. I don't support that kind of retaliation. Some do. I don't. I don't think that's right. Look, I think war is wrong. I'm kind of a pacifist. I'm not for war. And this is something, if you follow me, in my past, I was kicked out of a history class because the guy was a Vietnam vet, and I, told him that I did not agree with the bombings of Cambodia, and that I thought a lot of innocent people died in Vietnam, and I don't think it should be taught as an honorable thing, that it should have been taught as a disgusting thing, that what happened with those bombings. So I've always been on the side of peace. I'm not saying I'm necessarily like Gandhi, because I do believe Americans should be armed to the gill. I don't think Gandhi would believe that, but I just think they should have left them alone, I heard a thing about the child abuse and stuff, but that happens all the time, and they don't kick in doors and shoot people over those kinds of things. That's why you get social workers. And, David Koresh did not want to, be necessarily arrested. He was the leader of his flock. He's kind of a John Bunyan of the group, but he didn't know that they would go that far. And I think he had, he was on a compound. I think he knew that they were using surveillance on him and, undercover agents and stuff like that. But I don't think he thought Showtime would have happened, where the ATF came up, pulling up with armored vehicles and shooting up everybody, and he answered the door and they just shot him, So I don't know. I think they drew first blood, and I just, a lot of vloggers don't feel that, and I'm not want to be a fence sitter completely, because I know they're both human on both sides. But it happens somewhere around here. I think they're saying Waco Drive is right here, and this is what it looks like on the intersection right here. West Waco Drive, and then there's I don't know exactly where Double E Ranch is, but I've decided not to vlog that. It's pretty far. I might, and I'll stick to the facts. I'll stick to the facts. But there's a great amount of loss of life, especially the amount of kids that were killed. Something like that should have been handled more with social workers. And, it should not have been handled in a militant way at all. I'm trying to think of the other person that it happened to. And I can't think of it right now. My mind's just going blank. Okay, well, we're in Waco. I'll just leave it at that. All right. Talk to y'all later. And this episode, of course, is brought to you. No, the lights gets on it better. But by these Planters Heat Peanuts. I recommend Planters Heat Peanuts. Whenever you can get a hold of them. All right. Trying to sustain the shot and also get the peanut at the same time. Got a couple. I do like pour it in my hand and then pop it in my mouth, but I'm using the. Well, you know what I could probably do? Just put you in the steering wheel. There we go. Got to remember the anti-cinematic movement. Yeah, Waco heated peanuts. All right, we just turned right now, Dallas-Fort Worth, leaving Waco. And also, I'd like to dedicate the show to Breck Roll for being out in Waco. I know him leaving California with a lot of trouble. He has a great show. I think it's like right up there with any of them, even Mr. Rogers and all of it. It's just a wonderful show. Very talented filmmaker. I learned so much from all of them. I know recently he did a Comic-Con one, and he also did a fair one where he ate like a very long corn dog. And his cats are cute and everything like that. Let's see here. That's probably the highway there. That's going to be called 35W, and that'll lead us in. The old 35W. Right outside Waco. I don't know what this little section is. Breck probably knows where I'm at. There's the Waco Convention Center Tourist Info. He probably knows about Veterans Affair. He's done some of these vlogs around this area. This is Texas Sports Hall of Fame, Texas Rangers Museum, and the Cameron Park Zoo. I need to follow Breck Roll's channel more, which is called Escaping the Mouse, because he does cover a lot of Waco. So cool that he actually moved here from California and started a pretty successful vlog, of course with the help of Jordan the Lion. But yeah, this is he has gone to some of these things. I'm doing kind of a vlog location, famous vlog location. It's kind of like a filming location. I do vlog locations because some of these guys are famous vloggers. I think he's vlogged some of this area in some of his vlogs. There's also a Lowe's that he doesn't like. This is an area here, right over here. I don't know if he's done this one. This is a fair going on right here. And that's probably Waco. That's outside of Waco right there. There is some of it, I think it's called Herd Welcome Center. And there's McLean Stadium. It's Baylor University. That's where I thought we were. Baylor University. I have driven through here before when we would visit people in Temple. because we've gone to Temple, Texas. My second wife and I did with the kids, and we did go by this area right here known as Baylor Stadium. That's Baylor right there. One of their stadiums. All right, and we'll be passing by the Buc-ee's. We're not going to be going to Buc-ee's, but I'm sure that Breck Roll has been to this Buc-ee's, and this is I have stopped at the Buc-ee's before. It's 106 miles from this location, so it's probably a Buc-ee's I'm familiar with, because we would be over. I'm trying to think. It said Buc-ee's 106 miles. Maybe he hasn't. I don't know. I think he has done a Buc-ee's vlog. I want to say that he has. I don't know if there's a Buc-ee's close by here in Waco. I have to do the research later because I'm driving right now. But there was a sign for Buc-ee's, so I don't know. I told the guy that that was from Syracuse, New York, that I drove out here to his Airbnb, where they're having like a party way out there in Crawford. I told him told him about Buc-ee's. He had heard about excuse me. Sorry, I was choking on a peanut. He had heard about Buc-ee's. He thought Buc-ee's was pretty cool. I'm trying to see if it's Waco Bellmead. So I don't know. Listen, if Breck Roll wants to meet up, and I don't want to bring my cat because I don't want my cat to get in a fight with his cats. But if he wants to meet up, I've told this many times, I wouldn't mind meeting with him and doing a co-vlog, or just meeting up somewhere. All he has to do is leave a comment on my channel. It'd be kind of fun to do. There's an HEB right here. He may have been to this HEB before. All I know is he's mentioned. Oh, there goes Linda. He's mentioned. This is HEB Plus. He's mentioned Lowe's. He's not a big fan of Lowe's. But I know his channel's going to take off. I know it's going to be really good. It's cool. Got these certain vloggers set up in certain areas, doing the vlog thing. Yep, another sign for Buc-ee's over this way. So we're on 35, passing Lakeshore Drive, pretty much Waco. It's saying game on. It does have the Buc-ee's sign right here. So we're going to see how far. We're not going there now. It's just saying it's 104 miles away. The only thing is that it says 104 miles. I don't know what Buc-ee's that's going to be. Well, when we get to it, it'll be in 104 miles from now. I'll definitely do a drive-by and just film driving by it. I'm not going to be able to go in right now. I got to pick up Linda. I got to get all the way to Lake Worth. Our vlog takes place mostly Fort Worth, okay? Including Lake Worth as well, and other areas. We've done even some white settlement stuff, because one of the only takeaway or drive-through McDonald's is in White Settlement. It's one of the only ones. It's experimental McDonald's. Oh, did you see that lightning way over there? Some lightning way over that way. So every time I come out towards the Waco area and I'm leaving and I'm driving back at night, I always see lightning strikes. We also were talking about aliens too. We feel that sometimes not everything is. I was in an episode of the X-Files. The X-Files episode was 3 words. It was season 8, episode 16. It was called 3 words, and those words are: resistance is futile. Resistance is futile. You can see we come across aliens, definitely going to be on my blog, okay? If we come at any type of close encounters of the third type, definitely going to be on my vlog. Also changed that thing about Latino gang member. I was mad, now I'm not as mad, so I just put assault over fake tip theft. So it was a Knoxville, Tennessee kind of thing. It was just me being stupid. I just think sometimes they're kind of crazy over it all, but I try to explain it to them. But no one believed me, so anyway, just wanted to throw that out there. So I just put lightning strikes on the horizon. You can see it. It's kind of cool. It's not the coolest thing ever, but it's still pretty cool. Lightning strikes. I didn't get them, but I saw a couple lightning strikes fall. A little bit of electric storm. I did get some weather bug reports. There was some weather bug reports that came in on the storm. Display, and then I turn the camera back on, and then it's like little flashes. You know, why in the world, weather god, Zeus, or whatever? You know, I'm sounding like the Grizzly Man from a Herzog film. I know Jesus is the only God, but you know what I mean. Like, whatever causes that, you know. Zeus is supposed to be the one that's in charge of the light, but regardless, like, why in the world does that happen? I turn the camera off, the coolest lightning strikes happen, and I turn it back off, and then I don't get the lightning strike. There's a more right there. I was referring to Treadwell in Grizzly Man. It's a Werner Herzog movie. But I don't know. I just was, because you know he did that. He's like Buddha, man, Zeus, whoever you are. But I know that Jesus is God. Yeah. Oh, cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. Look at that. That's some major lightning strike right there. He had quite the professional camera, though. Treadwell. He was quite the documentarian. Herzog, you know, he did have a perspective on him. I appreciate Werner Herzog. He is a master filmmaker. He's made some really... He also worked with Harmony Korine. What was that? My goodness. That looked kind of weird. But, you know, like, he had a perspective on Treadwell. And Treadwell was quite the documentarian. He used most of his footage, or all of his footage. Well, a lot of his footage was used. I wouldn't say all of it. And we didn't get to hear it all either, you know, especially the attack when the bear got him and his companion. But the only dangerous creature, of course, my cat does attack sometimes. Not this cat, though. Not this cat. I'm talking about Edmund. Edmund does get kind of upset, and he does get a little mad. You know, he scratched Linda's leg last night, and it's just because he's a sensitive cat. You know, it's not because he's bad. We love Edmund. You know, and if you do give to our PayPal, whatever, we will buy him presents. We'll shower him with nice cat toys. Still looking at the lightning. Got another 59 minutes to go, another 69 miles. $84 miles to Buc-ee's. And the lightning strike is getting bigger because we're closer to the electrical storm. There it is right there. Trying to get some of it. Electrical storm outside of Waco. I'm sure Breck Roll's getting a lot of it too from his backyard. If you can see it that far. He might can. I don't know. He's got some really awesome footage after his show. It's like after vlog. That's what I call that. It's just where he lets the camera roll. I call it after vlog. But he's got some really good ones. This is 309 on gas. Love of mercy. You imagine driving way out here just to get gas. Long time ago, back in the day, there were some gas stations that sold very, very cheap cigarettes out of Oklahoma. And Texans would drive to Oklahoma to buy these cigarettes. There were like, this is back in like the late 80s or mid or late 80s. I want to say my sister may have done this. I don't know for sure if she did the same thing or her friends did. But like back in the day, in the 80s, I don't remember exactly how much cigarettes were, but they were like dirt cheap cigarettes. Yeah, we're getting a weather bug report about lightning. But that was like $3.09 for gas. It's like very, very cheap right now. Almost $3 for gas. That's pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Imagine some places where it'd be under. Buc-ee's is probably around that amount usually. Guys, it kind of wants to pile up right up this way. All these freaking cars. So my new song, I don't know. I may go with Wild Burning Eyes. I do like Untitled number 7 for right as our working title, and then I think the other one was called Word Song. I'm gonna go with Wild Burning Eyes on that. So I'm gonna have to change that in my notes before I release it. Buc-ee's 77 miles. Let's do something really quick. This one's gonna say Buc-ee's right over here. Buc-ee's 77 miles. There's a lightning storm. Bet your nuggets. Buc-ee's. Here's some of the storm right here. About how Buc-ee's is coming up in Hillsboro. We have a lightning storm out right now, so it'll be coming up soon. Also, my new song, which I'm kind of excited about, I listened to it, I was like, hey, that's actually pretty good. What it is it does make an homage to Concrete Blonde's Bloodletting, because it says, under a dark red moon, I'm sorry, let's start over. Under a dark blood moon. Under a dark blood moon, I have to look at it. Hang on, I have to look at it because I have it written down only. I didn't put it in notes or anything on the phone yet. I believe I say, I may have to fancy it up a bit. I think I say under a dark blood moon in the bloodlet night. I think it is that way. Yeah, I think it is under a dark blood moon. In the bloodlet night is two of the second verse. I just wrote the second verse tonight before I left for work for my shift today. So it's under a dark blood moon in the bloodlet night. and then there's something there, and then after that it ends with wild burning eyes. That's what it's going to be called. Now, on the first part of the lyrics, it says the word goes here. Okay, what I'm referring to there, I think, is the biblical aspect of music. That it doesn't matter what you represent, it doesn't matter what you believe in. When you pick up, ooh, that was a cool lightning strike right there. When you pick up a guitar and you play a song, it becomes biblical in God's eyes, because you're doing a peaceful thing by playing music. That's what David did, you know, when he wrote Psalms. He played beautiful chords to the Lord. Another great lightning strike right over that way. That's what it's saying. The word goes here, or the words go here, I think is what I say. Right? The word goes there, I think is what I say. The word goes there. That's what it's referring to, right? And then I say something, the word goes there. You know, I have to go and actually open the journal and look at it. I like the fact that I did that. I just wrote it down in a journal, so I can really think about it, you know, as I'm driving and just really thinking about it. The word goes there. The word goes there. I'll have to write it down and then talk to you about it in a minute. I do have it recorded though. I'm looking at it through the editor. So this is a cool lightning storm right here. I'm looking at it through the editor, and I'm listening and looking at it, you know, and like kind of judging it. And I really don't think it's that bad. It's hard to get signed, you know. But you know, Leonard Cohen, he wrote Hallelujah at the age of 50, I think. And he was able to save his whole career. That's amazing lightning strike. She might as well become Spielberg. Look at this stuff. It's like Close Encounters kind of stuff. I'm glad I turned it on here. I'm actually headed closer to the storm here. Going into the storm. The word goes there. But it's also kind of talking about how, you know, some musicians just kind of make it up, which it's okay, you know, it's okay to do that. And then it mentions a lie, you know, it talks about a lie. What the hell is going? What the hell is wrong? Right, so what the word goes there, and I say the word there because in the Bible it talks about the word being the flesh and the flesh being the word, as if the word are the people, you know. So the word goes there. They're the story for the song. They're the story. The people are the story, you know, the thing. The word goes there. They're the people for the. They're the people. They're the people for the song, right, or something like that. But the word goes there. They're the people for the song. Won't you look over, dear? I think I changed that to dear. Won't you look over, dear, and tell me what the hell's wrong? It's that kind of thing. And then, you know, it gets into the lyrics, which is, oh, why don't you make it up? Go ahead and lie. You know, that kind of thing. I think I'm doing an homage to Concrete Blonde's Bloodletting, which I'm about to play in a minute. It's a cool thunderstorm. I can't get everything. I got to worry about the editor tonight. It's already for another 5 minutes right here. It is cool footage, though. It is awesome. I wish I had an unlimited amount of footage. I'm only dealing with an iPhone 11. It's amazing I've been able to do this show. Well over 1,800 edited vlogs with just an iPhone 11, and I have over 13,000 posts. It's a trip. It is a trip. Wonder if they're concerned with the electrical. It's right out of Close Encounters. He's got the work truck and everything. That's crazy. It's funny when aliens come visit him, because in Close Encounters he has that work truck, you know, Richard Dreyfuss or Dreyfuss. They say Dreyfuss. Some say Dreyfuss. Some say Dreyfuss. Dreyfuss. Another amazing. These are some amazing lightning strikes. That's just incredible. We're going right under it too. Right near it. There's some more of it right there. Some cool footage. Mother Nature flashing in the sky at night. Make up a good lie. Look at the lyrics. Big time storm. We're only about 60, probably 69, 68 miles from Buc-ee's. I don't know if it's the Hillsboro one. Goes and make something up, make up a good lie. I love your smile, wild burning eyes. Something Oliver Stone would just put in Natural Born Killers. He just kind of edited it in. If you ever seen Natural Born Killers, they put all those weird skies in it and stuff. Such a freaking radical film. Definitely a road film. It's a crazy sky. That's amazing. I don't know why the visual image appeals to me so strongly. I also like sound. You know, when it comes to, I'll just say it to a woman, because woman represents nature. It's the image and the sound too of a woman, and then of course, you know, the scent of a woman too. The Al Pacino movie is kind of cool, but everything, you know, about a woman represents nature. And it's by far a man's purpose, other than God, for sure. Even though sometimes they make us mad, especially when they get the law involved. It's a beautiful, beautiful sky, though. Texas prairie kind of stuff, you know, that for a Western or something, this would just make the film. But, you know, like some of these lightning strikes are so thick, coming straight down. They're huge lightning strikes. You know, it's just awe-inspiring. See that? Incredible two-prong lightning strike right there. Very classic.